auspicious and not inauspicious. They're in the middle. But south, but north, a north-facing door. But south, most inauspicious.
No, I'm getting kind of fucked up because, like, me doing this, I realize that my house is built, all the, like, faces of it are built on, like, corner directions, and it's fucking me up. I don't like that. Everything's like...
From the moment I knew the feng shui of my house, it disgusted me.
It does. My feng shui is so off on my house. I'm sick to my stomach, Evan.
Just think, your whole life you've lived in that house without ever knowing how disgusting it was.
This is what fucked up my back. It was because I was most unwise. Let me put ourselves out there. Very auspicious. Most auspicious. There we go. All right.
It's good to be back. I can't wait to play this game. Just to play another game with my boy.
Yeah.
I've been busy with work, so
it's nice. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's a good one, as always, you know. You never want it to be like I don't know. You know what I mean? You don't want it to be a game like one of those games, one of those wrong games,
like the Jerker,
like the Jerker, like Nobody Wants to Die. Fun fact: this video is sponsored by Nobody Wants to Die. Don't play it. I was legally asked to tell you that.
Wait, they sponsored us? I gotta go.
I sponsored myself to say don't play that game. But it's very relaxing. I like it. What is this up here? Oh, I don't like... Hold up. That's a weird sounding effect. Yeah, it's a bit too... Oh wait, hold on. They reset the...
You don't like the scroll opening? Do you have to reset the game to change your audio settings?
No.
Right?
In the bottom right it says I just didn't save it. I guess let me... Well, voice volume doesn't matter really, but... Okay. There we go. That's better. When we are developing the game, we have learned from a number of excellent works, including Game, Ace Attorney series, Game, Diamond, and the Sound of a Gunshot. That's a cool sounding name. Novel, Aldi Breaker by... I can't really see it.
Alibi Breaker.
Oh, Alibi Breaker. Locked Room Collector. Danganronpa Kirigiri.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we're done. We're cooked.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Kirigiri, I feel like, is one of the novels that's actually, like, positively taken.
I've never heard of it.
I think. It's a not Kodaka, Danganronpa, but it's like officially recognized.
Really?
It's a light novel, I think.
I should turn this up a little.
It's about like the Kirigiri family. I think it established that they're like a family. I didn't read it, but I've read some stuff about it. They're a family of detectives that aren't actually related. They're just like trained by the same guy.
Oh, like none of them are related in the...
I think Kyoko is like actually the daughter of the head of the family, but the other kids are adopted, I think.
Oh, that's interesting. Alright, well, we got Murdies on the Yangtze River. We got Murdies. Let's check it out. Wear headphones for the enhanced game experience. You're gonna tell me my legal name.
Enhanced.
What is that? I don't want to be in that
inside
chair.
Of your eardrums. That's the labyrinth of puzzles or whatever it was called. The
I have
maze of devices.
Huh.
3 years.
Good voice acting.
You're here almost every single night.
Muzan.
And as time goes by,
looks
your
good.
memory is beginning to fade.
Yeah. Ooh.
Don't stand in my way.
Oh no, he's hot.
No matter how long I linger here, no matter how deep the truth is hidden within the shadows, I will find it.
Ooh.
All right, pretty baller opening. You gotta admit. That went pretty hard.
I like
guess you
that.
have no time to lose. The key to the case
Look at this fruity
is
man.
that book.
That book.
Okay, yeah, that was really good.
What a opening line! I inked a pact with death. Awaited his arrival patiently. Already liking it. It's doing the paranormal side of, like, not just still images for text, you know what I mean? Nice. We're
Yeah.
seeing action and dialogue. Good stuff. Tonight he finally knocked on my door. Oh no. Unexpected Misfortune, Chapter 1. I guess you take this guy?
Oh.
So it's the cops, maybe?
Open up. If you won't open these doors, we're breaking in.
A lot of people. Uncle!
Oh no! What in the... How could this possibly be? That's probably the same person, actually.
Oh, Master Lowe! 30 minutes later.
Right. How auspicious. Oh, that guy's very auspicious.
That's a very auspicious looking man. Hold on, let me adjust the sounds a little bit. The SFX is kind of getting a bit annoying.
Yeah, the little... I don't like the little text noises. Never been a fan of those. Hold on, let me just close my door real quick.
Lord, the murderer is sleeping like a baby at the scene of the crime.
My incredibly auspicious bedroom door. More auspicious than yours.
Che Chung Ping. My head is spinning. I can't seem to clear my mind. The murder. Could he be talking about me?
Could he be... little old me?
Oh, look at that guy. Look at Big Ounce. Tap the left and right arrows or A and D to control movement.
Do you want me to do this guy?
Yeah, you'd be the guard.
Stay still and quit moving, you murderer. Whoa.
No, it was not me. I'm just a detective. I came here to...
I know you're lying. How dare you kill Master Lowe?
Ooh, this murderer.
This guy's very inauspicious.
Wait, judge. This is the judge. I guess we'll take turns as we meet characters.
Calm down, Officer Ma. Allow him to finish. We need to verify his true identity.
I'm Shen Chongping, a traveling detective. My assistant Afu and I arrived in this town last night to obtain clues on an old case.
Ooh. An old case.
Yeah, already liking the music. Just want to turn it down a little bit more.
Do you think we're gonna get into that old case?
No, never. We never
I
talk
hope
about
these new cases turn out to be connected to the old case, and then we do a flashback where we solve the old case with new information.
What are you even talking about? You're talking nonsense. Ooh, wait. Che Chung Ping, identity 22. That's me. That's me.
It me.
It me. Okay, we have the transcript, glossary. All right. Wait, we got drip. Hold on. Unlocks after completing chapter 2. Oh, we're getting robbed. Oh,
Ooh.
very auspicious.
Very auspicious. Look at how red it is.
Oh, do we put on the misty gray suit?
I like the suit better than what he's wearing now. He is not dripped out at the moment.
Yeah. Who the fuck is?
Ooh.
You know why it says wanted, babe.
He is mewing.
I actually like his base outfit.
Yeah, he's got a steampunk vibe going on.
Yeah. Oh, I got an achievement. We turn the music back a little bit. I like
Achievement dripping. Most auspicious.
my assistant Afu and I arrived in this town last night to obtain clues on an old case.
I guess I'll take off of if he's the assistant.
Yeah, if he's the... Well, it mutes the song a little bit when it's not in the menu, so I got bamboozled. Our steamship broke down midway, and we struggled until late to reach shore. Oh, we already...
Oh! Gameplay in our visual novel? Hell
Someone
yeah.
fried the ship's generator. Oh god, it's really going by.
That was the ship. Yeah. I don't think we should voice these. If there's no way to stop them and they don't stop on their own.
Something about a ship generator getting fried or along those lines.
Mm-hmm. It was the shipmaster's fault. I warned him. Huh?
Young lady? Who are you? You alright? What's up? That's fucked up.
I thought he was looking at us like, why'd you do that?
Why'd you fuck this up? That novelist you're visiting? Really related to the open case? Okay.
Okay, and it was the guy who got killed.
So
Ooh.
we split up after trying to visit a novelist. Wait, do we own the ship? Or is our home base a steamship that we ride up and down the river?
That might be. I mean, it sounds like we're responsible for the ship's upkeep. And that would be kind of weird if we were just passengers, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's the guard.
No, I think this is the guy that got murdered. Master Lo.
It goes late. It's late. I am Shen Chongping. I have an appointment with Mr. Lo to meet today. My journey was delayed by a storm en route. I did not wish to miss our appointment, so I took the liberty of arriving at such late hours. I guess you can be Lope.
Shun Ping. Have we met before?
We have never met in person. We've always communicated through letters.
Oh, I see. One moment.
Hold on, I have to get murdered.
Oh! Oh, I mean, come in. Mr. Shen.
Oh my god, who is this individual? Look at him.
This is the Sherlock of the East.
Thought we were the Sherlock, goddamn. Look at him.
This is just cosplay. Please wait. I need to do a different voice for this man. I thought he was old. Please wait a moment, Mr. Shen. I must finish writing the story on hand. I do not wish to break my current train of thought.
Oh, no need to worry. I shall bide my time and await for yours.
It's cold in the evening. Could I trouble you to close the door and hang the latch for me? So he locked the door from the inside.
Yeah.
There's no way that this detective witnesses a murder and does not immediately solve it.
Yeah. A Western-style mirror. It seems out of place compared with the other furniture in the room. A wardrobe, slightly taller than a person. A lock hangs from the handles.
The murderer's in the closet.
Yeah. He locked him in there. Ryunosuke's in there right now. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They're all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Any other secrets to be had? Suppose not. The door's been closed. Please be at ease. I came here today on account of an important matter. Have you ever heard of the peculiar case that happened in London 3 years ago? London? We're concerning
Why are we
ourselves with...
investigating a case?
We're worrying about London matters?
What if this is actual Sherlock Holmes? And
This
he's
is
like,
him.
no, I never heard of it. I mean, he's white.
He is very white.
Let's take our time to talk about this case. You must be tired from traveling afar. I'm sure you haven't had anything to eat yet. There's some local rice cakes on the chest beside me. Please, I insist, have a taste. Poisoned rice cakes!
Oh! Then it would be rude of me to decline. Don't mind if I do.
Wiggles fingers.
There are a few pieces of translucent pastries on the plate. Damn! I am quite hungry. Perhaps just one piece.
I'm just picturing the Luffy, like,
Jump scare. No, wait. These rice cakes.
They were poisoned!
I assume they were meant to poison the guy then, right?
Probably.
Lope, novelist, 39, extremely talented detective fiction novelist. I came by to pay him a visit because of an old case. Unfortunately, he died at his home last night. That is most unfortunate. Most inauspicious.
Yeah, I'd say dying is about as inauspicious as it gets.
This is what happened after I arrived. After I ate the cake, I lost consciousness until you all arrived.
I have a wild theory.
What's that?
What if he's testing our detective skills and he's not actually dead?
I could believe it. Once they said he's like a mystery novelist, I'm like, is this dude setting us up?
So you're saying that you fainted inside this room because someone had drugged you?
That is correct.
I told you not to weasel. Even if you were drugged, the only possible murderer is you. I've got ironclad proof. There's no way I'm wrong.
Officer Ma, would it be possible to ask you to elaborate on what your ironclad proof is?
I like the little animation, too.
Yeah, it adds a lot. I've said it before, like, little animations really add a lot to what could be just like a boring visual novel.
How dare you, trying to provoke me?
Well, truth fears no questions. That's a good line. Surely the judge also wants to see the proof to avoid misjudgment.
That sounds like a proverb.
Very unwise.
Maybe it's just... I'm biased because we're playing a game set in 1800s China. Lope is a local celebrity. I must account for this properly to townspeople. Tell us what you know, then, Officer Ma, just so I could be at peace with this arrest. Fine, just so you know how you got caught. This guy is positive we did it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Judge Chang, It's simple. Up until we found the corpse, this room was completely sealed off.
Sealed off?
The window frame prevents anyone from entering or leaving through it.
Good music.
It is. It reminds me of the deduction minigame from Tyrion.
Oh yeah,
that music.
Yeah, it does kind of sound. Yeah, you're right. It does sound similar.
The floor was bolted from the inside. If I hadn't broken the latch with my kick, we wouldn't have even been able to get in. Which means that the murderer could only be somebody who is already in the room. Okay, his deduction is the door was locked.
Yeah.
And that somebody is you.
How could this be? This room was sealed. Like, you can hear, like, these are like Ace Attorney type tracks. Like, this would be like the tension music, but it's got like its own original twist on it, and I like it a lot. The room was sealed off.
I like that they listed their inspirations before the game even started.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of what to expect. That's cool.
And I was the one who hung the door latch.
Ain't the truth as clear as day now? But I'm a detective. So, out of anybody in the world, I should be the one to know that this would be obvious as hell.
Yeah, come on. It's too easy.
Like, what would be my plan to get out of this? Why would I murder somebody and then pass out on the floor?
My grand scheme.
Won't you just confess already? Officer Ma's deduction seems quite precise. I believe there has been no misjudgment. He just said the door was locked. That's all I said. Mr. Shen, unless you are able to provide conclusive evidence to prove your innocence, you'll be flayed.
No.
I have no choice but to give orders to take you into custody. And you won't like what we do in custody.
Both of my hands are tied. How am I supposed to find evidence in such short time? Calm down.
My hands are tied.
This problem can be solved through observation and reasoning. All actions are bound to leave a trace on the scene. I am absolutely sure I did not murder the victim. Someone's trying to frame me. So I will be able to find a contradiction within the traces left behind at the scene. Before I answer Judge Cheng's questions...
This guy has makeup of a great detective.
Oh yeah, he's instantly on it. I need to carefully observe the scene first.
Truth fears no questions. That's good enough to be like this guy's catchphrase.
Yeah.
What?
The victim... Oh, that's cool. The victim died facing upwards with multiple wounds on his chest, clothes stained with blood. My hands and feet are tied, so I can't get closer to see any other details of the corpse.
Well, if I stabbed him from the front, then there would be blood on the front of my clothes, not on the side.
A short blade stained with blood. It should be on the murder weapon, found within my grasp, but now seen as evidence against me. A dagger stained with blood. It was found within my grasp.
Oh, we have a progress bar, too.
Nice. Blood on my sleeve most probably belongs to the deceased. Seems like there's also blood on my back as well.
Yeah, how did I stab him while his front was facing my back? That's my question.
You hit him with a fucking trick shot. You stabbed him from behind like an action movie star.
Quit moving, you punk. What are you trying at?
Officer Ma, could I trouble you to help me take off my coat?
Oi, how dare you order me around?
I would like to take a look at the back to see if it's also stained with blood.
Indeed, Mr. Shen, there are blood stains on your back. That's gotta be Master Lowe's blood.
This is
We've
my
already
coat.
established I was here when he died.
Yeah. The left sleeve is stained with blood and there are blood splatters across my back. These things? Several long, continuous blood splatters on the floor. They're cast-off patterns of blood stains. There's an evident gap within the 3 longest blood stains. How could this be? A gap in blood stains is most likely caused by...
Something being removed. I think we were lying face down in that spot, and that's why there's blood on our back.
Yeah.
That's not on the floor.
Well, no, we're talking about these up here. We're talking about these up here. Like, is it the blade getting stab, pull the blade out, and then the blood trickles down onto the floor?
Huh.
That's what
I thought he was talking about the gap in the blood stain, like the void. I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see me. Like, you know how there are blood stains right next to the body, and then there's a big gap, and then there are those? I think that's what he's talking about.
I see what you mean. Oh, yes, something being... The disruption of the bloodstains was likely because something blocked the path of the splatter. The appearance of a gap shows that something that was once there has been moved. Hold on, something got added up here.
My big dumpy ass cheeks blocked the blood flow.
Cast-off pattern bloodstains are created when blood is released or thrown from a blood-bearing object in motion onto a surface. Linear or arc-shaped in general, they are often distributed on surfaces situated in higher locations, such as upper end of the wall and ceilings. At times, the same cast-off pattern bloodstains will span across 2 surfaces, ceiling, wall to floor, etc.
Blood splatter. Have you found evidence that can prove your innocence?
This piece of evidence will be able to prove my innocence.
My jacket.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Officer Ma, is a person able to kill someone with a dagger while having their back towards them?
We need to ditch this haircut as soon as possible. It
It's
gets
gotta
way
go.
hotter when... Yeah. Of course not.
If so, this bloodstained coat will be able to prove my innocence. Oh.
So this coat ain't yours?
Most auspicious music.
Yeah. This is like the pursuit.
No, I think this might be the objection. I'm hoping that if there's an even crazier pursuit, I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. It is mine. I'm wearing it. I'm gonna use this for G-Con.
I'm auspicing. What kind of nonsense is that? With dagger and blood, you're still saying you ain't guilty? Mr. Shen, how does this bloodstained coat prove that you are innocent?
Oh, take a
Because
look.
the blood's on the back, you idiots.
Look at it, you dum-dum. You're looking at my ass right now. Look a little higher. They appeared on the back and not across the chest.
So what does that imply?
It implies that I had my back towards the victim when his blood was spilled. As my back is facing the victim, I am unable to raise a dagger to stab his chest.
You must have turned your clothes inside out when you committed the murder.
He's on it. He cracked the case.
Hold on. So he's saying that we put our clothes on backwards, killed this guy, and then flipped our jacket around and passed out on the floor.
Yes. Like a genius.
I mean, I guess that's possible. Like, there's nothing that says that didn't happen.
Well,
sure.
apparently he's seen this before. He's fucking Skip. He's fucking... I've seen this before.
You beat the hammer? Such trickery is nothing new to me.
Well, Officer Ma, please look here. The floor has multiple cast-off pattern bloodstains, including the one with a noticeable gap. It shows that there was once something there that had been moved later on.
Did someone mess with the crime scene?
Well, that something was probably me. If I'm right, the bloodstain on my back should be able to match the bloodstains on the floor. This will prove that I was unconscious on the floor during the time of the crime. I would not have been capable of stabbing him to create such bloodstains as I laid on the floor.
There is some truth to that. Some?
Therefore, the truth of the matter is, after the murderer killed Lope, he planted the dagger in my hands to frame me for his crime.
Because he thought you guys were stinky idiots.
And you almost were.
And he was right for a minute there, yeah. Even while you are completely tied up, you are still able to calmly analyze the crime scene. Mr. Shen, that's impressive. All right, Mr. Lowe, get up.
Come on, who proved it? Oh god, he's actually dead.
It seems that you really are a detective.
You flatter me, Judge Chang. So my suspicion has finally been cleared. What did we just get? Facts. The Chinese word for detective appeared in the Song Dynasty, 960, between 960 to 1279. At the latest, originally used as a verb meaning to inspect and inquire, the word was later developed to also be used as a noun. For example, the arms mentioned in the Memorandum for the Reappraisal of Matters in Jitan Town, written during the Ming Dynasty in Jikon, included detective, which is equivalent to scouts in modern time. By the end of the Qing dynasty in the beginning of the Republic of China, with the emergence of large quantities of detective fiction such as Detective World and the stories of Sherlock Holmes, the term detective had evolved to refer specifically to investigators working on a case. Neat.
That's Xing. China is crazy. Like the way that Chinese words translate to English doesn't make any sense to the Western brain. Which like isn't that the point of translating?
Yeah, that was a mess up on me. I knew that. I don't know why I let myself be fooled. I got befuddled.
And then there's so there's the Shin, and then I think there's like one that's, I don't quote me on this because I'm not an expert, but I think there's a separate one that's just Qin, and that's kin. I'm not positive though.
I feel like every language is fucking guilty of that shit, of just making one word, hey, this is this sound, but it can also be this other sound, even though there's already a letter that sounds like that.
Because what the hell are languages for? Written languages, anyway. As the only two people in this room, if you ain't the murderer, you saying he killed himself?
Doubt raised. Did Lope commit suicide? Okay, I wonder what that's about. If I want to find out the truth, I need to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. However, with my hands and feet tied, it's impossible for me to investigate.
Officer Ma, how about we untie him? Lord, what if he...
Rest assured, Judge Shang, I will not leave this place until we get to the bottom of this case.
If you try any funny business under my nose, you'll pay for it.
I'm finally allowed to move around in this room. I need to investigate the crime scene as quick as possible. Can't miss a single detail. So what do you think? Oh, look at us! Look! Look!
We're dripped out. Look at this man.
Like we were tied up and then it's like, oh, thanks for freeing me. And you just like flexed your clothes off and you got like the Pee Wee Herman suit underneath.
Unties hair too.
We get that Pee Wee Herman fit.
The Pee Wee drip.
Throughout investigations, I will surely encounter many doubts. I should think carefully. Oh, do we have like a logic system? Yeah, oh, looks like it. Lope and I were alone in a locked room. I didn't kill anyone. If so, then Lope committing suicide would be the only possibility. However,
I didn't do it.
He could not have framed me for his death after committing suicide.
So someone else interfered, but how?
Yeah, perhaps I'll be able to find some answers from Lope's corpse. Oh, it changes as I...
Huh.
Okay, interesting.
So, that feels like a hint system to me. Like,
oh, you think?
if you look at his doubts, he'll be like, could this possibly mean that this is happening? And like, it'll point you in a direction.
There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They're all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Yeah, we knew that. Bedside table. A walnut bedside table. There are books and several old newspapers on top. Within the bedside table are undergarments and such. One of these newspapers carried the news of Lopez publishing his novel. The photo on this newspaper. The one on the left is Lopez, and the one on the right seems to be the lady we saw last night. Oh yeah, there was a lady crying running away from his house.
Hey, yo. The lady did it?
According to this, the young lady is Liu Picheng, an editor who helped Lopez publish his books.
Was he announcing his retirement or something?
Maybe, or
You think?
yeah, I wonder, or maybe going to a different publisher or something. Or no, I don't know if it'd be something someone would cry over. It's got to be. There might have been like an item or something. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person, and it's locked. Let me try to pick the lock open. Do you just see? We're very handy, I say. I give up.
You think he was auspiciously blowing her back out?
Most auspicious. Were they piping each other to the east or north? That we need to determine. What's the proper piping direction?
Hold on, we need to reposition. Your door isn't facing the south.
Well, I guess we would know the proper piping position if you're in your bedroom. Lopez's desk is placed in front of the window. When I met him
We do
last
it in
night...
front of the Emperor's Jade statue.
For the Emperor, I dedicate this piping. He was bent over his desk writing the entire time. Let me take a look at what was on his desk.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Quit moving around.
Well, I need to examine the desk and see if there are any clues.
Who knows if there are any unpublished manuscripts sitting on the desk? You can't just go snooping around and touch stuff. Well, it's not like they're gonna get published now.
Officer Ma, I understand your concerns, but I merely wish to investigate. I'll be careful.
You better be. I'll be keeping a close eye on you from right here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
One of his brushes is missing. A rack with 4 calligraphy brushes hanging on it. Piece of oil paper underneath the rack. The ink on one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out yet.
Okay, so he was using that one, presumably.
He used a book titled Tales of the Moon Colony. There are several magazines underneath it, all of which are illustrated fiction. A stack of newspapers, various issues of the Shanghai News have all published Lopez's works. Ooh.
Yeah, because back then detective novelists used to publish their stuff in magazines. That wasn't like you released it as a book.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that in the Shijima case thing, the live-action detective game we were playing. A frame on the window that would stop a person from climbing in or out. No traces of scaling. A stack of books on the table, including The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. A simple square-shaped inkstone. There are several plum blossoms engraved on the side. There's a layer of residual ink on the inkstone that is starting to harden into a jellied state. What is an inkstone?
Do you think that this guy was just... it's probably just what they used as inkwells.
Yeah, would they just have like a block of ink that would like melt over time or something, or...?
I don't know. I think it was probably just a stone, like, inkwell with an indentation. You see how it's, like, lower there?
Yeah, it does have, like, that little thing there. I gotta say, I always love seeing crimes taking place in the past, because I don't know what it is. People get always so creative when using, like, limited technology to commit a crazy murder. Of just, you know, learning about different, like, old time... Like, even, like, watching Columbo, for instance, like, how... Like, what technology they had to work with there. It's like, it's cool.
I just think of the photographer one where he goes for the camera and then Columbo's like, "Squad, did you see that?"
Squad, did he just do that? Is he stupid?
Chat, did you see this guy?
A common white glazed candlestick. There are still half a stick of unburnt candle on top. So at some point the candle got blown out then? Because if he just died, then it probably would have just been left going, right?
Yeah.
Squad, did you just jump off the buzzard nest?
So yeah, I think that this guy, I have a theory. I think this guy might be Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, you think he's like testing
because
us?
He's white. No, I think he's dead, but I think he might have been visiting overseas, and that this like Master Lowe is a pen name.
That'd be crazy. There's a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. Next to the papers are 2 new pens, 3 candles, and a box of matches. There's also a small box. It's an ink cartridge made of tin holding half a used ink block. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like they did use like blocks of dried ink that they mixed water with.
Something's missing from the table. Oh, let's see, what new facts we get? 35 chapters and no ending. The subject of the novel is a peculiar balloon in which the main character travels across the sea in search of his wife and children whilst encountering aliens from the moon. The novel combines the vernacular style of traditional novels with the essence of science fiction, creating a work of high artistic value in the late Qing dynasty. This dude was on some sci-fi shit during the Qing's. I was too low.
Between 1904 and 1905.
The ancestor of Chinese science fiction. Interesting.
The moon balloon.
By the end of the Qing dynasty, under the new influence and intervention of new ideas, Chinese people were increasingly eager to explore Western culture. During this time, novels easily became new favorites due to their accessibility and widespread publication, amongst which Western detective fiction, with its intricate plots and ingenious case designs, became the top choice for the majority of people. The Stories of Sherlock Holmes was a big hit ever since it was first translated into Chinese and published in the Current Affairs newspaper in 1896.
So, he's a Sherlock cosplayer.
The Sherlock stan.
Why is he dressed differently now that he's dead? He's wearing blue now.
He's blue. That's a good point. I wonder if... Did he change his outfit? Was he not before?
He was in like the hunting jacket, and he even had a little cape on his shoulders.
Oh, you're right. He did. There were several pieces of rice cakes on the plate, but now they're all gone. I can see my reflection in the Western-style mirror. Will I be able to clear my name? Am I cooked?
Chat, am I cooked?
I like the idea of that it's, like, that's the new detective gimmick of just chat. Just somebody keeps talking to an unknown chat somewhere. The wooden box...
That's the jerker. That's what he was.
Jerker, am I cooked? The wooden box is filled with books that Lope published. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, The Confined Room Mystery.
Ghost in the Well, I love that movie.
Unfortunately, this copy of The Confined Room Mystery is not the original manuscript.
You like The Confined Room Mystery too?
Well, the reason why I came to visit Lope was to speak with him about the book. Oh, okay, so that was based on something real then? That he wrote about?
Maybe. You got good taste. The death scenes in The Confined Room Mystery were absolutely stunning.
Officer Ma, do you know where the inspiration of this book came from?
I ain't got a clue, but Master Lowe was an extraordinary fella. Anything could have inspired him. But if we're talking about good storytelling, it's gotta be Swordsman Case. Oh, he's sad.
Aw.
It's a real dang shame we'll never get to read the next volume.
A simple and modest front door made of pine wood. The broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing the brown lines within. Officer Ma, did you say that you broke the door latch with your kick? Well, what's up?
Is there blood on the lock?
Was there? Did he say that?
There, like, look at him. There's little bits of red.
Oh, let me see. Hopefully we'll zoom in again.
When I got here, that low Shiwen was breaking the door down with all his might. What good would that do when the door is locked from the inside? I got anxious, so I went up and bam, I kicked the door right open.
A simple and modest front door made of pine wood, the broken latch still hangs in the door, exposing brown lines. So. How do I look at evidence?
It looks red to me.
Oh, it was this one. I was blind.
It looks red.
Hopefully I try to leave.
Oh, we can investigate outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is the assistant guy.
Yeah, probably.
Shen, I've been waiting for you.
Who's this guy?
Hey, let him go home.
He's so tired.
I heard there's been a murder in that house.
His Honor has ordered that there is to be no shouting at the crime scene.
Shen, you don't look very well. Is everything alright?
I'm fine, however, I'm afraid I'll have to stay here until the truth is uncovered.
Have you found the murderer? Who's the prime suspect?
Well, at the moment, the prime suspect is me.
I can't believe the murderer was actually you, Shen. Let me help you.
He's like, I'll help you get away, bro.
I can't believe you did it. Let's go.
His Honor has ordered that random people aren't allowed to enter.
Soldier, I'm not just some random person.
His Honor has orders that I need to guard the gate, so you aren't allowed to enter. Soldier, Judge Chang asked you to guard the gates and keep out uninvolved in the case, right? Oh, you're not wrong. If someone is relevant, should he be allowed to enter? Well, that's true.
Soldier, then Shen is unfortunately a suspect in this case. He's trying to clear his name. As I am his trustworthy assistant, don't you think that I am also involved in this case?
Oh, I get it now.
So you did it. I knew Soldier would understand.
You're the accomplice.
Yeah.
The accomplice is also involved in investigations. You come in and be investigated. Investigations can't be delayed.
Well,
I thought he was
we
gonna
got there. Arrested?
And that's the general situation.
Is there like a Discord delay?
Tell me when you hear me say apple.
I heard you, like, immediately before I started speaking.
Apple.
Do it again.
Apple.
No.
Like a little bit, I guess?
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, I noticed you were a little bit, delayed with it. I thought it was, you just weren't looking or something, but, bit weird. Wonder why it's off. Let me try leaving and coming back, see if that helps.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Hey, got you again?
Fucking, that was on stream too. They got you just fucking farted on them. It's fucking stupid. So that's your evaluation of the case?
Nope. This is just a sign for becoming an accomplice.
It was good enough that they allowed you to come in. Hurry up and help me investigate.
Okie dokie.
I like this guy.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing useful on the desk, however, I felt something was unusual about it. It seems like something's missing. What could it be? Rice cakes.
Hey Shen, what is this?
These rice cakes are a local delicacy. I ate a piece last night. You just eat those?
And then immediately passed out. Yeah. Why did you pause, Shen? How did you feel after you ate a piece last night?
I did not feel much. I ate a piece last night and lost consciousness right after. Seeing your reaction, the bundle of rice cakes probably is not laced with knockout drugs.
Yeah.
He spit that out like instantly.
Look, Shen, there are 2 free-range chickens here.
Sure. 2 chickens. Do you think they're involved in the case?
I heard that the free-range chickens in this area have delicious meat because they walk so much. Yours is hungry.
I'm so hungry. Oh, he's stopping us. Let's see. Does he react differently to the evidence? Oh, they're not happy with the person coming in, probably.
Who goes there? Who gave you the nerve to break in?
Judge Chang, Officer Ma, this is Afu, my assistant. Please allow him to assist me.
We already made an exception by allowing your investigation, and now an assistant?
He is mechanically minded and is skilled in comparing traces. He'll be of great help.
That's called science. He's a witch.
Kill him!
Clear your doubts, Officer Ma. Since we've already allowed Mr. Shen to join in our investigations, let him do things his way.
You have my gratitude, Your Honor.
If you fail us, I'll add obstruction of official duties to your list of crimes.
Oh.
That guy's just going back to reading. He doesn't want to be here.
You don't even care about this. According to the new criminal code of the Qing dynasty, the specific stipulations on obstruction of official duties are any person who commits atrocities or coercion when an official is performing their duties shall be sentenced to a set term of imprisonment within the 4th degree, serve detention to pay a fine of 300 yuan or less. The same applies to those who commit atrocities or coercion or use deception to influence officials or to impose or remove certain sanctions or resign. So the word just atrocities. Like you fucking
commit atrocities on the crime scene. We gotta talk to the crying dude.
Yeah, I want to get all the evidence first. Oh, okay, wait, he's actually changing what gets talked about here.
Huh, this is the golden low.
Afu, there's no need to read it out loud. Okay, that's interesting.
Shen, there's a newspaper here that carries the news of Lope publishing his novel. Huh? Shen, look at the photo on this newspaper.
Okay, so he's like saying the same
The one
stuff,
on-
but he's like... So now that he's
Adding-
here, can he open the wardrobe?
Oh yeah, because he's mechanically minded.
Afu, this wardrobe is locked. Do you think you can find a way to open it?
No problem. This kind of bolt spin spring lock is a piece of cake.
I'll leave it to you then. What you doing?
What you doing touching that wardrobe for, you punk? What you got there? I thought I told you not to mess with the crime scene.
Officer Ma, this wardrobe is one of the few remaining blind spots. If this leads to an error in the investigation, well, surely no one would want to see that outcome.
Of course, due diligence is crucial to this case. You better be careful when you're opening that. Don't worry, Mr. Officer, I'm an expert on locks.
Oh.
Hey, lockpicking minigame. So we have to lock them in the right order.
Oh, boop. Boop. Boop.
Does it?
Boop.
Aha! I did it! Look, Shen, it looks like someone hid inside this wardrobe before.
Partition board removed. Clothes piled. Enough space for one to hide.
Could it be that the murderer once hid inside this wardrobe?
There's no rush to jump to conclusions. Let us first examine the scene carefully.
These are all clean clothes. They're now piled up on one side.
These clothes are compressed. The board couldn't compress the clothes alone. This seems quite odd.
Shen, have you noticed something unusual?
Well, look closely at the bottom of the wardrobe. The left side with clothes has collected dust. Yet the empty space to the right is unusually clean, as if it had just been wiped.
It seems like someone cleaned this place.
Or moved something. What else is there? What is that?
Shen, there's a strip of cloth over here. Could this be a clue?
Take it out for further examination.
Alright. Ooh. Shen, it's a bunched up strip of cloth. It was probably used as a ribbon to tie up quilts. This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It seems to be smudged with dust.
This quilt has traces of binding, so the ribbon most likely was removed from here.
Why would someone remove the ribbon from a bundled quilt and stuff it inside the clothes?
Indeed, it's quite peculiar. We need to record the situation. Interesting. A fabric smudged with dust in the middle used to tie quilts, but was removed and stuffed into a clothes pile. What is that?
Shen, what is that black spot?
A wood chip.
Well, the clothes are clean. I guess a piece broke off from the partition board and landed there.
No, the color and texture of this wood chip differ from that of the partition board.
I'm knowledgeable in wood. Let me take a look. And they were roommates. It really is different. Let me smell it as well. Let me sniff your wood.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, early impressions, of course, but I like the vibe so far. I like the chemistry between the detective and his assistant. Yeah. What? I'm sniffing.
I'm the sniffer.
Without a doubt. It's not the same material as the partition board.
Explain your deduction.
It smells different. Okay.
It tastes different.
Wood wardrobes can repel insects and leave a lasting fragrance in clothes stored within. However, this chip has no fragrance, no smell. It's brownish and hard. It seems more like pine wood. From the door! That door was made of pine wood.
Why would a pine wood chip appear in a wardrobe made of camphor wood? Worth noting. Need to keep an eye out for objects made from pine wood in this house.
Understood.
A brown pine wood chip found in the wardrobe. It's a different material than the partition board. Alright, I got a theory on how this crime got committed. And I'm suspicious of the nephew.
Yeah? Yeah, that's why I want to talk to him.
Yeah. I'll just get all the evidence, but I think what happened here... I don't think this room was a locked room mystery. by the end of it, at least. I think he set up like I think there's already like a pre-broken board in the door here, and he put on a show of like, I can't get in. So this guy comes over, kicks it open, but like the door itself is actually like openable.
Because there are no splinters on the floor.
Yeah. I think he set it up to look like a locked room, and then like, it's kind of similar to DR2 Case 3, when they like they made it seem like the door was barred in from the inside, but it wasn't actually.
I'm worried about how he got into and out of the wardrobe while it was locked.
That's true.
Or how he made it seem like it was locked while he was in it.
This is Lope's corpse. Should I commence an autopsy now? Sure. Nice thighs.
Nice gams.
This is the deceased. The deceased is in his undergarments and his coat is gone. I've searched the entire room for it, but it's nowhere to be found.
He's dripless.
If this room
He's
is
been
locked,
de-dripped.
how could the coat disappear into thin air? Oh, that's such a cool graphic. That's we have like our own little.
Yeah.
Only
Look at the cheeks.
dude is cheeked up.
Okay. Yeah, he's not wearing his fancy coat.
His chest is stained with blood. Among the 3 evident stab wounds, 2 were fatal. The wound is small and deep, and the shape of the wound is consistent with the blood-stained dagger. The location of the 3 stab wounds are irregular and in different directions as well. Makes it seem like it's
37.
kind of seems like it was like a heat of the moment kind of stabbing then.
Yeah. Huh.
His mustache is crooked. Upon further inspection, there's glue on the underside. He's got a fake mustache!
Huh. His mustache is fake.
Is this not the same guy?
Hold on. I just realized, like, he must have taken his jacket off before he was murdered, right? Because none of the blood splatter is missing. So...
He opens the closet.
So, yeah. Oh, okay. Alright. So, his nephew, if we're going with the theory that his nephew killed him, knew that he unlocks the dresser to put his jacket in there every night before he goes to bed.
Yeah, so he puts himself in there.
But how did he lock the dresser after he got inside?
Good point. I like the idea, if this is, like, it's a fake mustache, is this just not him? And, like, he just, like, had a body in the closet. Oh, I've been waiting for this! He has a body ready.
I hope this is him.
This mustache shape looks Western, not Han Chinese. Apparently the deceased is wearing a fake mustache. Interesting. There's something else to see? Oh, hair. A faint fragrance can be smelled from the hair of the deceased.
Far off before?
It could be, yeah.
Maybe, like, the real Master Lo is, like, a Western writer, and this guy is, like, a stand-in.
Oh, like a ghostwriter? Or a body, like a public figure?
Yeah.
The scent isn't from flowers, incense, or cologne. It seems to resemble a scent similar to camphor wood. Okay.
On his hair? Is his hair a wig he kept in the closet?
Maybe. There's white powder on his...
Because the closet's made of camphor.
There's white powder on the... Dude, this dude's covered in all sorts of shit. Feels like something made
cocaine.
From glutinous rice. These are crumbs from a rice cake. Seems that Lope had eaten a rice cake before he died. So, wait, he would... So wait,
yeah.
We passed out, like, right after. You tell me he ate a rice cake after seeing us pass out?
Well, I'm sure that has nothing to do with the cake.
Man, that shit must be good! There are no abnormalities found on the limbs of the deceased. No hesitation wounds or defense wounds are present on any part of his body. That's quite peculiar. This dude dead.
I've confirmed
I like
their
that.
body is dead.
Instead of having an autopsy, we have like a whole thing where we go through it, we write them down. Like it's nice. I like the details. I'm a fan of details.
Yeah, we do the autopsy report. That's a nice twist.
What's our knowledge? What do we got here? Hesitation wounds, also known as tentative cuts, refer to a series of self-inflicted shallow cuts made by people considering a suicide attempt before the final cut that causes death. These non-lethal cuts may be due to psychological contradictions, trying out the weapon to test its sharpness, experience feelings of pain, etc. Okay.
He was cutting himself.
Well, he said there weren't any of those on the body.
Oh, okay.
Defense wounds refer to injuries inflicted upon the victim when resisting an attack from the assailant. There are generally two types of defense wounds: incised wounds on the palms and fingers, joints, penetrating wounds on the palms and arms, or defense wounds don't appear in every homicide case. However, the presence of a defense wound, especially multiple defense wounds, must be key evidence to a murder. Yeah, that would be pretty telling. I've completed the investigation on the corpse. I need to reconsider relative clouds of doubt. Okay, so these are like a mechanic. I did not find any hesitation wounds on Lope. That's very unusual for a suicide case. There are no injuries caused by a fight or a fall, and it's also quite unusual for a homicide case. Perhaps this can explain why there aren't any defense wounds present.
Yeah, we think he ate the rice cake and then he was stabbed.
The reason why there weren't any defense wounds was because Lope ate the rice cakes that contained knockout drugs, the same ones I'd ate. He was in a state of unconsciousness when he was murdered. There must have been another person in the room at the time. That person is the murderer. Who could it have been? How were they able to leave the locked room? No, he was murdered.
So, yeah, I think he was somehow in the closet.
Yeah, he had to have been there beforehand.
He had a splintered wood plank with him, which explains the splinter in the closet.
Yeah.
And he removed the bar from the door and placed this already broken bar in its place.
Yeah, and then he pretends to be like, I can't get in! And then dude kicks the door open, and then it's like, oh, I see? I hung the door latch. Lope and I were the only ones inside until Officer Ma broke in. The only way to enter or exit the room is by going through the wooden front door. However, did the murderer leave the scene without removing the door latch? Or perhaps the other way, how did the murderer latch the door from the outside?
This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It must have been used in some way to leave such a smudge. Jen, do you think the murderer took the ribbon to bind you or Lope?
Oh, that's a reasonable guess. However, there are no rope marks present on both Lope and me.
Oh, I see.
Well, then again, this ribbon, I can't help but feel like I've seen it before. Where was it? I remember now.
On the mirror?
When I arrived late last night, I saw the cloth strips hanging from the ceiling.
Was he hiding in the ceiling?
Oh yeah, there was up there, wasn't it? Okay, so that tells us we gotta pay attention to the surroundings.
Okay, so he wasn't hiding in the closet, he was hiding the broken wood plank in the closet.
Yeah. Was he hanging from the ceiling? Fucking... That's fucking terrifying.
I think he might have been in the rafters, and he used the ribbon to get down. Could it be that Lope was strangled to death before he was stabbed?
No, then there would be strangulation marks around the corpse's neck.
I think I have an accurate timeline.
Alright.
He was hiding in the rafters. He was probably waiting there all day because Shen said that they were supposed to meet at some point today, and he arrived late. So I imagine the plan the whole time was to pin his uncle's death on Shen. And he waited there until we got there, and he was up in the rafters, and he used the ribbon to slide down safely. They like used it as a tension pulley.
Yeah.
And then once both people were unconscious, all he had to do was slide down, unlock the chest, get the broken bar, toss because you saw that there were a bunch of planks that looked like door bars on the side of the door. So he just took the unbroken one and tossed it in that pile. And
we put it in the closet.
Then
that's what that board was, in the closet.
Oh, okay. There was a whole board.
Yeah, there was like a whole like board in there.
Yeah. So he tossed it in the closet, which was where he was hiding the pre-broken board, which explains the splinter in there.
I mean, he probably didn't need to pre-break anything. He probably could have just broken it.
He stashed the ribbon in the closet, and then stabbed his uncle, put the blade in our hands, and then walked out.
Yeah. What if his uncle was just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat every rice cake here? He just ate every single one and then just had like died of fucking overdose. He's got taken.
It was just so yeah, that's possible because he did eat 2 of them. So it could be that he like died of poisoning because he overdosed.
We had
and
one.
Then
We had like we only had 1 cake. Wasn't there like a whole? Wasn't there like 5 of them on that plate?
I think there were 3, and 1 already looked like it had a bite in it. Shen, why is this wood chip worth investigating? How is it connected to this case? Look at his jawline.
Yeah, that he's mewing right now.
He's always mewing.
Oh, no, I think he's actually doing like the tongue-in-cheek thing right here because it's like bulbing out a bit.
Oh yeah. Isn't it something for common for something dirty to stick onto clothes?
Well, the wood chip appears between 2 piles of clean clothing, although it's made of different wood. That's the reason why I'm so interested. Its relevance to the case depends on where it came from.
Perhaps the wood chip came from this place. Present. The front door. Chen, this wood chip fell from the door latch. The material and texture is a perfect match with the door latch's fracture.
Well done. This may just be the key to unlocking the truth.
So he's our forensics guy.
Yeah. In English, 4 eyes.
But very strange. How could a wood chip from the fracture of the door latch appear in a wardrobe?
Well, as the case gradually becomes clearer, the answer will come to light. Nice.
He's got 6 eyes.
The fact that the code of the deceased is missing is particularly odd. Assuming Ma was honest, before they arrived on scene, the room was locked with no way in or out. Then, this code must definitely still be inside the room. I should talk with Lopez's relative. I need to obtain more information on the code. Okay.
That was his favorite code.
Alright, we'll talk with Lo Shiwei when...
Talk to the guy who did it.
Oh, he is not auspicious.
Inauspicious. 0 out of 10.
Alright. He's probably the killer, so you should probably...
Uncle, now you're gone. I'm truly alone.
I'm sorry for your loss. In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few questions.
You're the one who murdered him. There's no need for your crocodile tears.
Why'd he become a mobster?
Nah.
Someone murdered your uncle and framed me. Sure you would like to find out the truth as much as I do.
Go on and ask them.
Please tell me about the events you encountered this morning.
Every morning I come by Uncle's place to help him with jobs that he's too busy to deal with. There has to be someone to take care of mundane tasks like cleaning up and feeding the chickens.
What do you do for a living?
My uncle pays me. I also help him organize his manuscripts sometimes.
I understand. Please continue recounting what happened this morning.
I came to visit Uncle, like usual, but I couldn't hear a sound from the room, which was strange. Oh yeah, we never did talk to that guy.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
When I arrived, I saw Yang Er was already here. He said he didn't see my uncle either. I knocked on the door for quite a while, but no one answered. I have a sensitive nose, so I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from inside the room. Huh. I felt like something was terribly wrong, so I told Yang Er to hurry and get someone. When we finally entered the room, I found that my uncle had been murdered.
Within your uncle's interpersonal relationships, have you ever noticed someone suspicious?
Anybody murdery talk to your uncle recently?
Anyone a bit stabby?
Aren't you the most suspicious person?
Well, then let me pose this
That's what
question.
you want me to think.
How about this? Did your uncle hold any grudges against anyone?
My uncle was very friendly, but he held some kind of grudge against Yang Er, the errand runner.
What kind of... It's kind of... Seems like a bad idea to have a grudge against the person that runs your errands. What kind of grudge?
Yeah, especially if he brings you food. Yang Er attempted to steal coins from the table during a delivery, but my uncle caught him. He was seized by the government and got beaten for it too.
Yeah.
Back in the old days when we just beat people for doing crimes.
When did this occur?
It was about half a month ago, so I'm sure he's still bitter about it.
Do you suspect that Yanger murdered him out of vengeance?
After all, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to my uncle. He's definitely taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one who brought the rice cakes.
He's the evil bad man. I did nothing. I'm bald.
He's not. He's not bald. They should.
He's
They
like
shave half their heads.
He's a black and white cookie.
But I mean, like our hair looked like that before we dripped up.
Until we were better than them.
Also, when I arrived here this morning, he was already here. I don't know how long he'd been... Now that I recall, he did have some sort of sneaky look on his face.
Look at him. He was looking sneaky. Shut up, killer.
Shut the fuck up.
It seems that it's necessary to talk to this issue with young heir. Your uncle's attire, coat, deerstalker, and false mustache was quite unusual.
The hat and the mustache were all characteristics of his novelist identity.
Oh, okay, so he was doing it for a bit.
He purposely dressed himself up this way to become famous.
So the ill-fitting, strange coat was also one of his characteristics?
Strange coat? You mean that western wind coat he wore all the time?
Oh, precisely. The wind coat made of silk.
That was silk?
God
Holy
damn.
shit.
It was rich.
The tailor-made coat was one of my uncle's characteristics. So he was, like, doing a character.
He was LARPing.
He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat, but it turned out...
The fact that this wind coat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention.
So you're saying that my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air?
Well, perhaps the murderer took it with them.
The way you said it, Mr. Shen, it sounds as if it were a plot from a novel.
Okay. No more things.
No more things. I'll get out of your hair. I'll get in your hair.
I'm in your hair now. According to Lo Shiwen, this coat was tailor-made for Lo Pei. The coat was one of the characteristics of Lo Pei's novelist identity. He always wore it. Something of such importance ought to be left at the scene. However, it's no longer in the room. The murderer is the only person who has left the room. He must have taken the code with him. The murderer must have had a reason to do so. What could it have been? Lo Siwen stated that Yang was responsible for delivering rice cakes to Lo Pei. Theoretically, Yang had the chance to tamper with the rice cakes. He also had the motive. Could it be that Yang killed him out of revenge? I need to confirm that issue with Yang.
So this coat was worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
And it seems like his uncle otherwise lived pretty modestly. So I think that he killed him to sell the coat because he wasn't getting paid enough.
Maybe. That's possible.
I can't believe Lord would allow you to join in investigations. Don't even try to play any tricks. I'm watching your every move.
Rest assured, officer, I will uncover the actual murderer.
Maybe you should actually try investigating instead of looking at my ass.
Yeah, I know how good it is.
You better. Keep in mind, don't mess up the crime scene with your incompetence.
Alright. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions.
Go on then, ask away.
Officer Ma, were there any other people present when you arrived on the scene? What happened?
Why are you asking so much? Are you trying to say that I didn't protect the crime scene? Let me give you the facts. Everything is exactly the way it was when we arrived. No one's allowed to mess with the crime scene under my watch.
You misunderstand me, Officer Ma. I just wanted to know what happenings occurred before I awoke.
Yeah, okay. You're right, he was the only one touching the door until they kicked it down.
Yeah, he mentioned that before.
When we got here, Lo Shiwen was shaking the door, saying he smelled blood coming from inside. I was worried about Mr. Lo, so I went up to the door and kicked it right open. Yeah, he didn't touch the door before he kicked it.
Yeah.
So I think our theory holds true. After that, well, you know what happened.
I suppose no one could have come in or gone out during that period.
Obviously, I've got a soldier standing guard outside the courtyard. We searched the entire premises, but we didn't find others, during which no one left either. That's why the murderer is definitely you. Who else could it be, huh?
I understand. Once I complete my investigations, I will explain everything to you, Officer Ma. Officer Ma, it seems you admired the victim?
Well, of course, Master Lo is a great novelist. Everybody respects him.
Well, does Lo Pei have any relatives?
His wife died young, and they had no children. He's got a good-for-nothing nephew, though. What? He's right here!
Yeah, he's got that stupid idiot crybaby over there.
That murdering nephew.
He loves his murders. His uncle was to die for.
You're in for a scare. Me and Kira have been playing a lot of. There's a Hearthstone auto battler where you can play in like teams of 2.
Yeah.
And there's a card in that game that when you play him, he goes, "You're in for a scare."
That would make the game unplayable.
Well, I like that card, but we were playing once, and it's a card that like helps your partner more than it helps you. So she was like looking for it, and she said, "Oh, there's no spooky book guys out." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she went, "The guy who goes, 'It's spooky time.'" And then I started just dying.
It's spookin' time. That's what's on every Goosebumps book. It's spookin' time.
So that's what I call it now. I was like, I found spooky time. We got him.
It's spooky time. That's great.
Over there, the one who won't quit sobbing.
Here, zoom in camera.
Stop crying already. I'm sick of that awful noise. I mean, he definitely killed his uncle, so I don't feel bad, but I feel like this guy, who doesn't know that, should. Alright.
Alright, well. You're the weirdest one out of them all. Like, why were you here? Judge Cheng, did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you arrived?
Well, I was not aware of anything unusual. Lo Shiwen shook the door, Officer Ma kicked it open, and we found you and Lo Pei covered in blood.
I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during that process.
Well, none at all.
What kind of person was Lo Pei?
Lo Pei gained fame when his book Chamber of Doubts was serialized in the Shanghai News. As the first celebrity to come from this town in decades, naturally he was loved by all. This town was originally named
Shinzi. I think Shinzi.
Town?
I think it might have been Shinzi or Shinchi.
I don't know, town. To comply with popular will, we renamed it Paro Town.
Alright, I understand now. This Paro Town.
I don't understand that last part. Yeah. Probably a reference to him somehow?
Yeah, it's saying the same thing. You like the mirror.
Yeah, we gotta go talk to the errand boy.
Yeah, I was making sure he can't do anything extra here. Hello, Yang Oh my god, he's locked in. I'm sorry.
He's still looking right at it. Sorry, sir.
Mr. Official, when can I go? I still have steamed buns to deliver this morning. Excuse me.
Uber Eats.
Who may you be? My name is Yang I run errands on the daily. I was the one who called the officials today. May I ask you about the case?
No.
Of course. Oh, he's awesome. Everyone around knows
He's got fun.
Everyone around knows that I'm warm-hearted, considerate, helpful, friendly. Just tell me about what happened this morning. Master Lo loves rice cakes. Every morning, Master Lo will ask me to deliver a bundle. As I specialize in errand running, my service is 100% impeccable. Everyone around knows. Tell me about what you saw when you arrived at Lo Pei's courtyard. Usually, Master Lo's already out of bed and exercising in the courtyard, waiting for me. This morning, when I came to deliver the rice cakes, as usual, I didn't see Lo Pei anywhere. I thought he probably overslept, so I hollered for him, but there was no response. I saw the gates were open, so I went inside the courtyard and put the rice cakes on the table. Then somebody called out to me. It was Master Lo's nephew, Lo Siwan. So we went over to knock on the door, but there was still no response at all. Lo Siwan smelled blood and asked me to call officials. I was scared, so I ran all the way to the government office and got Officer Ma. Officer Ma and Lo Siwen kicked open the door together while I was outside. You mean to say that you never entered Lo Pei's house? Well, after hearing someone died in there, my legs were scared stiff. How could I dare go in? I was planning to leave, but a soldier came and blocked the gate, so I got stranded here. I understand now. Thank you. Anything else you wanted to ask? Ooh. How much do you know about Lo Pei? Master Lo is a celebrity, and I'm just an errand runner. Since Officer Ma is familiar with Master Lo, why don't you go and ask Officer Ma about this? Oh? What do you mean by that? I caught sight of Master Lo and Officer Ma meeting in private several times, though. Oh.
They're roommates.
They are roommates. Are they close friends with one another? However, there was one time...
History will say that, yes.
They were always close friends. However, there was one time when they got into a fight and Officer Ma even unsheathed his blade. What? What?
And what were they arguing about?
I didn't have the guts to eavesdrop. Officer Ma was already fuming. I need to confirm the dispute with Officer Ma. Anything else? The rice cakes Lope eats are delivered by you, is that correct? Sure, I deliver them every day. Everyone around knows that I do my job seriously.
Even the drugged ones? The what?
Those are my specialty. You got the bonus package. I passed out after eating a rice cake last night. Apparently it was laced with knockout drugs. What? It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing against Lope and never even met you before. Why would I do that? Did the rice cakes you delivered to Lope ever pass through the hands of someone else? Impossible. If something is handed to me, there's no way I'd give it to someone else. But I heard he loves...
on the table.
I heard he loves rice cakes. He'd never turn them down. Maybe it was a gift from a reader? Okay, so he could have got it from another source.
Okay.
Do you know of anyone who gifted him rice cakes? Not a clue. How about you let me go and ask Mr. Cow? Everyone around knows that I'm... no, thank you. Okay, so someone could have just given him them as a gift. Yanger, I heard that you once had a grudge with Lope, is that true? No, how could I ever have the guts to hold a grudge against Master Lo? Lope noticed you stealing his money and you were beaten in the streets for it, am I wrong? That was a misunderstanding. Yeah, how could that even count as a grudge?
You were jumped for it.
I saw silver coins on the floor, so I wanted to pick them up and return them to him. That's all in the past.
Yeah, I was just picking up the money you dropped, of course.
If Mr. Shen hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten about it, or reminded you as you got the shit beaten out of you.
That was only half a month ago. You're forgetting so soon? I don't like this guy's face. His eyes are
he's got the smug sense of superiority.
I feel like his face is laid out wrong, but I can't pin down how.
The glasses might be enhancing his eyes. They might be big, like...
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they might be, like, magnified, and that's why they look off. But he's definitely mewing.
Yeah.
And, like, it looks... The angle is weird. It looks like the camera is, like, higher up than he is, so he's, like, looking up at it.
Yeah, he's like a little guy.
Could it be that you felt wronged by Lope, then decided to kill him out of vengeance? Would I just say yes to that?
That's a wrongful accusation.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
I don't even have the guts to kill a chicken, let alone a person. When you arrived on the scene this morning, were there any other people around? No one, but...
I just like the idea of there's ever a possibility that he would say yes to that. You got it.
Alright. Scout's honor. No one, but Lo Shiwen arrived pretty much right after. I already told you everything about my morning, in detail. You need me to repeat myself? No, that should be fine. Anything else you want to ask? No, we're good. No more things.
I'll get into your hair.
Officer Ma has been quite aggressive. It seems he's eager to identify me as a murderer. According to the Yang heir, Officer Ma had a serious dispute with Lope. Could this constitute a reason for murder? I need to confirm this issue with Officer Ma. When I questioned him about the quarrel, young heir seemed somewhat flustered. Furthermore, he had a chance to tamper with the rice cakes. Maybe young heir did kill him out of revenge.
You know who else had a chance to tamper with the rice cakes?
The
Don nephew,
crybaby.
who was left alone with the scene of the crime. Ask away.
Officer Ma, I heard that you once had a dispute with Lope. Could you?
The audacity. How dare you suspect me?
I've yet to
Just pulling it out before you even finish the sentence.
Calm down, man. I've yet to confirm a suspect now. I also believe that Officer Ma has nothing to hide.
You reached for the officer's service weapon.
He reached for his own service weapon.
I bet you heard this rumor from Yangtze River, didn't you? Master Lo enjoyed drinking with me and talking about my past cases, for source material. But Master Lo is always listening to me. He rarely talks about himself, so I got to ask him. Only then did I know how hard it was to write stuff and what he had to deal with from his fame. I was drunk and riled up, drawing my sword to ask the gods why they'd make Master Lo suffer.
That's a bro right there. You get drunk, you draw your sword and scream at God for the... Why? It's like, yeah, I fell up the stairs once.
I also feel like this is a heap of bullshit. Like...
That's it. No, I want to believe Officer Ma's a real one. Like that. He got so mad that his bro was going through it that he took out his sword and screamed at God for a challenge. That's like you don't buy friends like that.
I do that for you.
We all have to have our promise blades ready.
I have a sword.
I got like a wooden one. I think that counts.
I got like a Demon Slayer sword as a birthday present from Kiro one year.
Oh, that's okay. So you got your promise. I got my own. We're good. We just have to carry with us everywhere, and just in case we drop some deep lore, we just gotta be ready to scream at God.
To fight God, yeah, of course. He was born to put all his talent into writing books. Yangar saw us when he came to deliver something, but I didn't know he would do me dirty like that. I didn't know he was like that.
I didn't know he was cursed like that.
Me have a fight with Master Lo? Baloney.
You guys even have baloney over here?
Phooey.
Phooey. Alright, well, no more things. Well, Officer Ma tried to make light of the situation. I didn't know he was chill like that. Officer Ma tried to make light of the situation during our discussion. However, my intuition tells me that his connection with Lo Pei is not as simple as he depicts. They fucking? That's like everything, so what now? It must be something I need to re-examine or something.
We need to talk to him again?
Maybe. No.
Nah, he's all talked to.
Oh, no, okay. I just have to...
Okay. Mr. Shen, you've looked through this place. Should you explain your reasoning to Lord? Quit wasting time if you ain't got a proper answer. Just let me arrest you. Begin my deduction? Now? Your deduction? Shen, what do we do? There's still a lot of mysteries we haven't solved yet.
We've already examined all the places that could be investigated within the courtyard. Even though the truth is yet to be clear, we need to discuss the case with Judge Chang.
Summation examination.
Judge Chang, I believe we are now able to discuss this case.
If so, you may begin.
The truth behind the locked room murder.
Okay. I like the point.
When the deceased was discovered, this room was in a sealed-off state. The window cannot be opened, leaving us the front door locked from the inside. When the front door was reopened, the deceased and I were the only people inside the room. Under these circumstances, everyone, including myself, would instinctively believe that the murderer must be someone who is still within this room, which would be me. Hence, we've all neglected the possibility of a third person hiding inside this room.
Alright then, tell me, where on earth would this third person be hiding? That would be the wardrobe. All traces within the wardrobe show that someone was hiding inside it not long ago. There was another person in the room? Mr. Shen, was this person hiding in the wardrobe the murderer? We don't have any reason to believe it was someone else.
I got an idea. It could not be the murderer,
What do you think happened?
It could be, with the coat missing and it being as expensive as it did, our delivery boy hid himself inside the wardrobe, drugged us, and
after stealing the coat?
Drugged us, stole the coat, and then just exited the locked room and left it wide open. Then the nephew comes around, sees the state, and decides this is my opportunity.
It could be, you're right.
I'm not positive. I'm not. It could be the thief that was in there as well. I'm not. I
think somebody was hanging from the rafters.
I'm gonna go with my intuition. I'm gonna say it's someone else. The person who hid inside the wardrobe was someone else.
Oh?
When I arrived last night, this wardrobe was already locked from the outside. If the person inside was the murderer, he would not have been able to get out by himself.
If the person inside the wardrobe was not the murderer, who could it have been?
Last night, I was the one who latched the door. Theoretically, it's highly unlikely for anyone else to enter the scene after that. There were books piled under the bed, and the wardrobe was locked. Nothing has changed. Evidence points to someone in the wardrobe, the only place to hide. The bloodstain prove a third person, the actual murderer, was present at the time of the crime. If the person in the wardrobe was not the murderer, then it can only be the person. It can only be this person.
Identify. Do you think
it's someone he would have locked into the wardrobe, right? Someone he was trying to hide.
His roommate.
Yeah, that's why I'm torn. That could be why he's so sure.
So they were making out, and then you heard us knock on the door, and it was like, "Shit, get in the closet."
Dude, that sounds poetic. Quickly get into the closet. What are you thinking? I'm torn between these two. I don't think he would hide this guy. That doesn't make any sense to me, right?
Well, we must be on the right track, right? Because I was thinking that it was the murderer who was hiding in the closet, because we don't have any reason to believe otherwise. At least I don't see one.
I'm gonna say there's no reason for him to want to hide this guy, right? Well, these two seem to have something. I'm gonna go with it. This person.
But he came from somewhere else. Yeah. Oh shit, we lost all our credibility?
Oh shit. Well, let's read it out.
Lord, this punk is just rambling nonsense. He's just stalling now. In my opinion, we ought to take him back to the court and punish him.
Hold up. Oh, now he is killing me.
I have been quite lenient with you, yet everything you have said has been utterly illogical. You leave me no choice but to detain you according to the regulations.
Shun Chung Ping underwent severe torture in the court and spent the rest of his life in prison. Oh my god!
Oh shit, does it not autosave?
It did, it autosaves. Okay. Jesus Christ! Very okay, so I guess it would be...
Most inauspicious.
I guess it would be this guy then, right?
Yeah.
The person hiding inside the wardrobe was Young Heir.
Why would he hide inside the wardrobe?
Well, naturally, he wanted to wait for a chance to kill Lope. Lope?
Nah, that's wrong. That's funny. Because we accused the officer, we lost all our credibility instantly, but if we accuse someone else, we just lose one bar.
Okay, so would it be his nephew then?
Yeah, maybe.
Or was it us? We fell unconscious and he hit our unconscious body in the wardrobe.
But then that means because our the blood splatter is on the back of our jacket. I mean, that means that we were on the floor when he was killed.
Yes,
so
but that just
somebody else.
Someone moved our body out of the wardrobe and like threw us on the ground,
and then killed him once he was unconscious. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's me.
The person hiding inside the wardrobe
was
me.
Animation.
Maybe not.
Don't you mean to say that the murderer knocked you out and then hid you inside the wardrobe? If that's the case, who was the murderer? Why would they do something like that?
I'm sure I'll be able to answer that question very soon. What are you doing?
You don't smell like wood. I didn't seem to catch the scent of camphor wood on you, Shen.
Oh, is that so? Allow me to okay, it's not okay. Okay.
Was it his fucking nephew?
I guess it must be his nephew at this point. If not himself. Someone put his body
He was hiding in the closet.
Wait, hold on.
Huh.
Well, that's under the assumption that the person we met at the door was him.
But the mustache is fake. So it could have been anybody.
There it is. If the person hiding in the wardrobe was not the murderer, then it must have been Lope.
So yeah, the person that we met at the door was his nephew in his clothes.
Yeah.
He was already... No, he wasn't already dead. He had already been knocked out. Yeah, because one of the rice cakes had a bite in it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So he had already bitten into the rice cake and been knocked out, and his nephew put him in the closet and took his clothes.
And I imagine he might have panicked because I think he was like about to kill him and leave, but then we knocked on the door at a random... Because he couldn't have known we were coming that late, right? So he panicked.
Yeah, it was unplanned that it was that late. I'm not sure he knew that we were coming at all. If he did, he wouldn't have planned this for today.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. We were being goofy. We weren't thinking about this the right way.
That's a good twist. I like that.
Yeah.
Why would Master Lo hide inside his own wardrobe? Is he playing hide and seek?
That's the only possibility left. And he's playing hide and seek. When you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
Hey, there's Sherlock quote.
Classic.
Mr. Shen, what is the reason for Lope to hide inside the wardrobe?
It's in search of inspiration.
He's in the closet to see how the other side thinks.
Oh, you get the Tyrion look. No, he did not hide inside the wardrobe of his own will. He was hiding inside by someone else. Or hid inside by someone.
If the person hiding inside the wardrobe last night was Lope, then who did you meet? And who was flying the plane? Indeed, didn't you just say that you only saw Lope in the room when you hung the door latch?
I believe the person I saw in the room last night was not Lope, but the actual murderer. When I arrived at Lope's house last night, the candle inside was still lit, but I had knocked on the door for quite some time before someone responded. Before opening the door, they even specifically tried to confirm if we had ever met before.
Oh, so he was like, do you know what my face looks like?
Yeah, have we ever met before?
If the person you met was not Lope, how couldn't you recognize the corpse this morning?
Last night he wore a hat and a mustache, had his back towards me, and the lights were dim. By then, the real Lope had eaten drugged rice cakes and was moved inside the wardrobe. That's good. So that was foreshadowed before we even... It's like, if you pay attention, yeah, one of those was bitten already.
Yeah, and that's why he told us to eat the rice cakes. Because he knew it would take us out.
He said they were to die for.
What you have just said does explain the presence of a third person within the room. Officer Ma, what do you reckon? So what were the ribbons up on the rafters for?
Yeah, I wonder.
And why are they in the closet now?
Yeah, what purpose did they serve?
These are all speculations. You got any evidence that proves the person who was hiding inside the wardrobe was Master Lowe?
Oh, he smells like camper wood.
Yeah. He does. He stinks! This is the autopsy report from our initial investigations. It'll answer a lot of questions.
Lope's hair smells of camper wood, confirming he hid inside the wardrobe.
How is that so? The camper wardrobe repels insects and leaves a lasting fragrance on the clothes stored within.
Even if Lope clothes catch this scent, his hair should not. Unless...
Lope was inside the wardrobe and his head was against the partition board the entire time. Don't you forget Master Lowe usually wears a hat. That could have just been the scent from his hat.
This hat has no scent. Coats and hats worn frequently don't go inside the wardrobe.
Mr. Shen's deduction is indeed reasonable. I like how we have this guy being like, it checks out every 5 seconds.
Most auspicious.
Most wise. What else have you found on the deceased?
Look here, white glutinous rice powder on the collar of the deceased rice cake crumbs. This shows that, like I had, the deceased ate rice cakes that were laced with knockout drugs. He was stabbed 3 times, yet the absence of a defense wound also proves the point. He wore a loose fake mustache, likely removed and reattached. All of the details above are able to confirm my deduction. The Lope I met last night was actually impersonated by the murderer.
What kind of person would dress up as Master Lowe? Mr. Shen's deduction does hold some truth. Yeah, here it is again. It checks out.
Based.
However, up until Officer Ma broke down the door, the room was locked from the inside. Yeah, how could the murderer walk out of that room when it was locked from the inside, huh? The front doors are the only exit, and the door latch can only be hung from inside the room.
Please have a look.
It has to be the nephew, because the nephew was the one trying the door,
Exactly,
and he said it was locked.
This is the key to everything.
This is a wood chip?
That is correct. The key lies within this wood chip.
I don't get it. Ain't it normal for some stubble to fall off from the partition board when moving it around?
No, it's abnormal. The wood chip did not fall on the partition board, it appeared on a pile of clean clothes. More importantly, the inner wardrobe is made of camper wood, yet this wood chip is pine and wood. Afu carefully checked and confirmed the wood chip matches the broken latch. This wood chip is a piece of stubble that flew off when the door latch was broken.
Huh? Look at his face!
As Officer Ma kicked in, the wardrobe had been clearly locked until unlocked by Afu just now.
I hope we get that face again. I want to make it into an emote.
This is extremely abnormal, most inauspicious.
Yeah, inauspicious. That's strange. Why would the wood chip appear inside the wardrobe?
The reason is insignificant, the reason is unknown. These are both bad options. I've yet to completely deduce what caused the wood chip to appear inside the wardrobe. However, this issue is insignificant at this stage. What we need to focus on...
I think one was, it doesn't matter, and the other one was, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah. What we need to focus on is when the wood chip entered the wardrobe and what it uncovers.
Mr. Shen, don't beat around the bush. Tell me now, what truth does it uncover?
Maybe the dude used the ribbon to wrap his hands in it so he could chop the board or something, or like break the board without like cutting himself. Simply put, the wood chip flew off the broken door latch before the wardrobe was locked. Which means that when the door latch broke, the door of the wardrobe was still open.
Shen, the most recent time we know of the wardrobe doors were open should be before you woke up, right?
Well, that is correct.
Then doesn't that mean
This guy's plan would have been fine if we didn't fucking arrive when we like. It would have just been a locked room murder, or like it would have been.
And like if anyone other than a master detective showed up,
That's true.
like literally anyone other than us would have been the perfect patsy. He could have just pinned the crime on us. But isn't that just like how all these murders go? Like I had the perfect plan, except. Then doesn't that mean?
That means that before Officer Ma kicked open the door, that the door latch was already broken. In other words, this is not a locked room at all.
Oh no! Wait, inauspicious.
Oh no! Fuck!
Damn it!
We'll get. I'm sure when we accuse the nephew, we'll get it.
You're the best, Shen. No wonder the door was so easy to kick open. I just thought it was shabby and old.
All contact leaves traces. The murderer's plan was flawed by a wood chip left in the wardrobe as incriminating evidence. Oh Jesus, he's fanning himself. This tiny wood chip would not only expose their cunning scheme, but also allowed me to follow their footprints and deduce their true identity. The person who murdered Lo Pei is... Oh shit, I clicked off it.
It's gotta be his nephew. It's the only one who would know the code to the door.
Oh, I like this.
Closet.
The black chicken.
Chicken!
That's funny.
It was the chicken!
The murderer of this case is you, Lo Shi-wen.
You lie! How could I possibly kill my own uncle? Judge Chang, please, he's trying to frame me. I'm just a little guy. Well, you believe that Lo Shi-wen is the murderer. Where's the evidence?
The door latch was not broken when the door was kicked open, but broken beforehand. The so-called sealed-off state of the room was an illusion created by the murderer. He appeared to knock on the door, but he was just securing it from unwanted entry. Until Officer Ma kicked the door, that is when the murderer let go of the door. In this way, he could mislead everyone into believing that the door was locked from the inside. You have all been fooled by his performance.
Hot damn, you treacherous leech.
Damn!
Shit. What? Wait, what? That wasn't me.
Lo Shi-wen, I'll tell you this. You're the only person who believes your tricks were clever. Damn.
Whoa. He's hitting him with the Columbo. You thought you were smart.
That is because your scheme has a fatal weakness.
What weakness?
To ensure the success of your plan, you had to control the door at all times. Through reverse deduction, I can be sure that... Lo Shi-wen, you're the murderer.
You lie. Lo Shi-wen, is there anything else you want to say at this point? He's a liar, deceiver, a fibster and a cheater, a phony and a misleader.
Damn bars.
Is he... I have something to say too. Mr. Shen, you made up a story and said a bunch of absurd theories. Mr. Shen, you're stupid. Did you really see it happen? Why in the world should we believe your words? In my opinion, you're the one who's fooling everyone.
Then what evidence do you have for saying that?
There's a clear and simple reason. I have no motive to murdering my uncle.
When he got me, barely had time to investigate, I've yet to infer the motive for the murder.
Lope is my uncle, my family by blood. Why would I want to kill him? What's more important is the problem between you and me. This is the first time we've ever met, am I right?
Well, that is correct. We never met each other before.
If we've never met, why would I go through the trouble of framing you by killing my own uncle? You didn't want to frame us.
Yeah.
It was pure coincidence that we walked in. I couldn't possibly have known about your visit. How could I design a plot to frame you? What did you just say? Say that again.
It was a coincidence.
Didn't know I was going to visit.
It was a coincidence that I'd surprised you in your act.
A coincidence? Didn't you just say that all of this was a plot that I had designed? Mr. Shen, is it true that the two of you have never met?
That is correct.
If that's the case, then Lo Shiwen indeed has no reason to frame you. Not me specifically, no.
Yeah.
Shen, things aren't looking too good for us. Mr. Shen, could you be mistaken? No way! Shen's deductions have never been wrong. Deduction? More like one-sided statement. Where's the proof? Do you have any? Do you think that wood chip is enough? Ha 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 ha! Well, Lo Shiwen also has a certain truth to his words. Stupid. Mr. Shen, do you have any further evidence to support your claim? Accusing him without proof is difficult and risks putting me in a tough spot if you're wrong. There are shameless people who claim to be detectives. I never thought I'd meet one today. Mr. Shen, you ain't got no proof?
Not at the moment.
He was on our side until a moment ago. And you leave me no choice but to seize y'all and punish y'all with torture. Oh, what? Jesus Christ. Seriously? Oh.
Damn it. I managed to come so far with my deduction. Am I really going to let him escape?
Chen, try to think harder. Could it be that we missed some kind of clue? Didn't you always say that you were really confident in your memory palace? Uh-oh. We're about to go in the mind palace, the chess dimension.
Oh my god.
Evidence that can be used to accuse Lo Shiwen must still be in this room.
All contact leaves traces. The evidence is not non-existent, but instead undiscovered. All objects and all images settle in different locations, sequentially.
We're locked in. I like that a lot.
What could be missing from this table? Handwritten manuscript.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was writing one in the cutscene.
The thing that was missing from the table is Lope's manuscript. Ink on the inkstone is yet to dry, and one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out either. It indicates that someone was writing at the desk last night. It could have been Lope or Lo Siwan who was impersonating Lope. The manuscript should have been left at the scene, unless someone took it away. When was the manuscript taken away? I should have an impression of the matter. When investigating the desk, I felt strange. I need to grasp onto this feeling. This would be the case breaker, hidden away in my memory.
Okay.
I remember now. I saw a manuscript on the desk when I first awoke. That's why I felt odd during the investigation. This means that the manuscript was taken after I woke. Someone concealed this clue during the investigation. Who is it? Why would they do this? The most likely person would be the murderer. However, there's still other possibilities.
Whoa!
Is
this like Darkiplier? Is it Evil Us?
Other possibilities? What's the probability of the emergence of other possibilities? Very low. Aside from the murderer, no one else on the scene had the motive to conceal clues. So how do we treat those low probability events? We temporarily exclude them from our hypothesis. I'm really busy right now. Could you go away?
Oh shit, is this gonna be like Leighton Brothers?
Yeah, I think so. I'm helping you sort out your case, great detective.
Man, I love that game. Leighton Brothers was great.
It was fantastic. Oh, I like this song. Assuming the murderer hid the manuscript, this manuscript must be very important to them. What could be written in the manuscript? Their motive, key evidence, last words, or was the manuscript itself valuable? There are too many possibilities. This is the question you're supposed to be asking. Why would something he risked taking away in broad daylight be left behind at night? That is a good point. If it was there at night, why would they have left it behind?
They forgot it at the scene? Maybe he was writing a manuscript? And then he left it there in a panic?
It appeared after the crime? Is that possible? No, because we saw that he was writing beforehand, right?
In the cutscene, yeah.
If their whole mission was that they had to get it, I doubt they would forget to do it, right?
I don't know if it was all about the manuscript.
Yeah. Because if they forgot at the crime scene, they had complete control of that door. They could have gotten that at any time. What does it was altered mean?
I don't know.
Let me try that. It could be that the manuscript was altered after the murderer left this. Oh, so okay, the murderer left it a certain way, and it was supposed to be seen, but when they came back to the crime scene, it was different.
Huh. Or maybe it was gone when they came back. No, it was still there when we woke up.
Lope didn't die right away. After he regained consciousness, he left a dying message? Can't be. No traces of Moot now. Okay. Was it they forgot it? No, it was they forgot it.
Yeah.
Although it sounds unbelievable.
They panicked because we showed up.
The murderer forgot something when they left the scene. Upon returning, he recognized the manuscript's importance and took the risk of keeping it. Okay, so it wasn't the goal then. It's just something...
Maybe it was something that could lead to him.
This had to be a premeditated murder planned in advance to be able to achieve such coherency. The murderer is a very meticulous person. They also reorganized the crime scene. What kind of thing could they have forgotten? Are you sure that everything went according to the murderer's plan?
Why is evil us hotter than regular us? I don't
the
like
way he's
this.
looking at us. That's right, there was one thing the murderer could not have planned. What was not part of the murderer's plan? Us. Even Lo Shi-wen himself said that he could not have possibly known of my arrival. However, he actually designed a locked room and framed me for this crime. The most unreasonable part of all this is that I became a part of his murder plan. What if you hadn't appeared then?
No, they still would have committed murder. Yeah. It just would have gone differently.
Evidently, the murderer... Oh, did he put the ribbons up there initially because he was going to make it look like a hanging?
Maybe.
He's like, well, shit, I got a guy here now. Evidently, the murderer had another murder plan, which was his original plan. The murderer's plan was foiled by my surprise visit and insistence on meeting Lope. Realizing I'd never met Lope, the killer improvised and posed as himself to frame me. So what was the murderer's original plan?
Falsify Lope's suicide, I think you're right.
Oh, so he wrote a suicide note and left it on the table.
Oh, and then he was like, oh shit, that doesn't make any sense anymore, and he took it.
If I had not appeared, there would have been only Lope's corpse. Evidently, the murderer's original plan was to make Lopez kill himself in the locked room. If the original plan was to falsify a suicide, what could it be hidden within the manuscript? Suicide note. It's clear to me now, there must have been a suicide note left on the scene.
So we just tell him to open his jacket and a suicide note falls out.
Yeah.
Mr. Shen, if you keep dawdling around, I'm gonna have to resort to violence.
Hold on. Judge Chang,
Get my beating stick.
Officer Ma, I'm now aware of all the murderer's schemes. I, Shen Chongping, promise to uncover the truth.
Judge Chang, there's no need to listen to it. He's got it in his hand.
He's been holding
It's right there. Seeing how much this bothers you, I would actually like to give Mr. Shen another chance. You're looking kind of guilty, dog.
I'm gonna give... it'd be funny.
Mr. Shen, although I believe you are at the end of your rope, you may begin.
Lo Shi-wen and I are complete strangers, yet I became a crucial part of his scheme, because... Lo Shi-wen improvised his plan. His original plan was to falsify Lopez's suicide. There it is, get it.
There it is.
Get it.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta open...
Oh, here, I can get
Clipper.
it. I can get it.
I got it. I'm gonna put it in trespassing.
It's immortalized now. Bro. He just sparkled.
To falsify a suicide, Mr. Shen, do you have any evidence?
I believe the murderer accidentally left a forged suicide note here when he fled the scene.
Oh, was there such a thing? There was such a thing? Mr. Shen, how could you be so full of yourself at a time like this? If you found a suicide note, take it out for everyone to see then. What's that in your hands? If he really did forge some kind of suicide note, I'ma cuff Lo Shi-wen in an instant.
Officer, Ma, may I ask you a question?
Go on then.
When I first awoke, I remember seeing a piece of paper on the desk. Did you see it?
Now that you mention it, I think there was. But then again, I don't remember that clearly either.
Officer Ma, you've repeatedly stressed that no one is allowed to tamper with the crime scene. However, during the investigations, the murderer secretly hid the note under your nose.
He was just looking at us.
Let us search the room again and find the suicide note.
Mr. Shen, I advise you to stop stalling for time. Your ability to make up stories is even better than us novelists. Us novelists? We? Mr. Shen, I already heard a handful of deductions today. Why's that in quotes?
A little bit of a deducer.
Although your deductions sound quite reasonable, after all, they are just one-sided statements. I need to see solid evidence to settle this case. Judge Chang is so perspicacious.
Yeah, don't glaze him like that.
That's a $15 word.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Let me Google that real quick.
Just as hot.
Having a ready insight into and understanding of things.
All right, well, there you go. We got a new word.
Insightful. Discerning, shrewd, perceptive, astute. Since you claim there is a suicide note, you have the obligation to find it. I will give you one last chance to point out where exactly that suicide note you speak of is. Judge Chang, there's not a big difference between one chance or two chances, perhaps. Give me one last chance. Is this what Mr. Shen said himself just now?
I'm grateful, Judge Chang. One chance is more than enough.
You're holding it.
You're a goofball. You're a fucking goofball.
There's no such evidence like that at all. So, Mr. Shen, please point it out. Right in his grubby mitts.
Look at it.
Shen, we only have one chance left. What are we going to do?
Times like this, there's no choice but to take a gamble.
Right in his paws.
The sword knife is hidden right here. Oh, there we go. I think this is the cornered, right?
It's gotta be. That's a good corner. It's a little low tempo, but I definitely like the vibes it gives out.
It fits the theme of what this isn't like a high stakes court thing. This is like deduction kind of thing, so it fits the setting.
Ooh, where?
Evidently, it is hidden on your person.
You lie.
Officer Ma and I both searched inside and outside this house, but no note was found. The only possibility is that the forged suicide note is in your person.
Judge Chang, does Shen Changping want to search my body without any clear evidence? My whole body? I'm a scholar of... I'm not even gonna attempt that. I don't kneel before visuals. I don't know.
Well, now I'm curious what that's all about.
Look at that wise gentleman up there in that picture.
Very wise. What is this? A scholar who has passed the county-level imperial examination is known as a cultivated talent. Compared to the general public, they had certain privileges. Cultivated talents were able to write a letter of request when they needed to report something to local authorities, whilst the general public could only write a petition. When facing a magistrate, cultivated talents folded their hands in front and bowed as a courtesy instead of kneeling. Local authorities were not allowed to punish them at will. The general public could not address cultivated talents by their names and had to greet them as my lord. The front door of the cultivated talents' house was 3 inches taller than others. Cultivated talents were exempted from partial taxes as well as statute labor. Damn.
My door was higher than yours.
Shit, that's what you wanted to be.
Yeah. A certified nerd. Well...
If it's necessary to make myself more clear, this is the exact location. Right in your grubby mitts.
Yeah. What? Is that... How could that possibly be hidden on me?
The manuscript missing should be the book that you have been holding on to this entire time. The forged suicide note must be hidden within it.
No, that's not. Officer Ma, take that book for examination. Lo Shiwen, stay where you are and don't you dare move. Hand over that book. You, what? Ah! Don't come near me! You
Stop
punk.
eating the book?
Stop eating the books! Stop that! Ah, Lord, look, there actually was a piece of paper folded in here.
Yeah. Also, I wasn't controlling that. That was just going on its own.
I inked a pact with death, awaited his arrival patiently. Tonight he finally knocked on my door.
Oh, okay, that's what was at the beginning. I inked a pact with death.
Yeah. I mean, it was easy to interpret that as he was expecting us, because we knocked the door right afterwards. I trouble my last of kin, Lo Shiwen, to handle my affairs. Please keep matters simple. I leave everything to my hot nephew.
My handsome, smart, cultivated, very auspicious nephew.
Inaccurate foretelling, Mr. Shen. This is indeed a suicide note. Lo Shiwen, you ungrateful little bastard. Master Lo treated you with love and care. How could you do something like this to him? I'm gonna sharpen my sword with that head of yours if that's the last thing I do. Christ. Okay. That's nonsense. He's the one who let me down. So, Lo Shiwen, are you admitting that you killed Lo Pei? Slander! Lies! No! It wasn't me!
Lo Shiwen, no matter the circumstances, murder was not an option, nor was framing the innocent.
Mr. Shen, could you recall the sequence of events in this entire case for me?
Sure, the initial plan was to drug Lo Pei and use that ribbon in the wardrobe to kill him. By using the door latch, she could create an illusion of Lo Pei hanging himself in the locked room. However, during the act of murder, I arrived unexpectedly, insisting on meeting with Lo Pei. Therefore, his only option was to improvise his plan and frame Shen for the murder. Oh, that's right.
Therefore, his only option was to improvise his plan and frame Shen for the murder.
Lo Shiwen drugged me, killed Lo Pei, and framed me by placing the dagger in my hand. He thereupon broke the door latch, according to the original plan to create a locked room. Not knowing that justice has long arms. How could murder in reality be the same as the imagination of committing crimes in novels? The deceased bled profusely, and it also took longer than he expected to set up the scene. As he was in a hurry, there were many loopholes.
Loopholes? What loopholes?
When he broke the door latch, he did not notice the wood chip that flew into his sleeves. He had no time to reorganize the wardrobe and simply stuffed the ribbons into the clothes pile. Without noticing, the wood chip...
Without notice, the wood chip slipped out from his sleeves and was left in the locked wardrobe.
The most fatal one was that he actually forgot to take the suicide note with him. So he took away the manuscript from the table and hid the note in it. Am I mistaken, Lo Shiwen? You're the culprit who murdered Lo Pei.
None of you truly understand. That's mine. It belongs to me. All of this is mine. How could I? No way. No way. Oh. Look at this punk, you just fainted.
This pussy.
What a sissy. I like that. It's just like, what a fucking wimp.
What a bitch.
Mr. Shen, your performance has impressed me deeply. You are most wise.
Most auspicious.
Not only were you able to clear your name, you also uncovered the culprit. Thumbs up. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Extraordinary. However, I still have a glimmer of doubt.
Pray tell, Your Honor.
The handwriting in the suicide note and Lo Pei's manuscript is strikingly similar. Was his nephew his ghostwriter?
Yeah, maybe.
Lo Shiwen has not confessed and his motive is not clear. This case faces many variables. Maybe the reason why he believes that this is all belongs to him is because he's writing the mysteries.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. In order for this to become an ironclad case, more evidence needs to be found, am I correct?
Yes, that's right. What do you reckon, Mr. Shen?
Lo Shiwen wore Lo Pei's coat when he was impersonating him. The coat is missing. He probably took the coat when he first left the scene. He must have a compelling reason.
Oh, what reason is that?
I suspect it was stained with the victim's blood. The drugged rice cakes as well, Lo Shiwen must have taken them away. He didn't have much time to deal with these items, so they could still be hidden. What if he did all the work for the murder and he's like, man, I'm hungry. And he just
Oh, hungry.
They could still be hidden somewhere.
Well, Officer Ma, what do you reckon? If we find out that Lo Shiwen is hiding a bloodstained coat, then this case is closed. I'll send people out to search for it right away. Well, I think him hiding the suicide note is enough proof.
Yeah.
if he didn't write it, he would have no motivation to hide it. He would have brought it to their attention.
No, this is my suicide note.
I don't really think they need to find the coat. I think that's superfluous.
I think they just really want to slam doink him.
Well, what's left of this matter is all procedural. You have suffered injustice today, Mr. Shen. Let's leave this place together.
Nice.
Yeah. We got him. We de-dripped. Our coat's back on.
No.
And now it's off again. Shen, you don't seem particularly happy, even though the case is closed. I didn't get to talk to the guy. We came all the way here. Is it because you still haven't figured out the motive? Don't worry about it. We'll just go and ask Lo Shiwen when he wakes up.
Afu, do you still remember the reason why I came to visit Lope? Oh, if he is the ghostwriter, then we can ask Lo Shiwen about the case.
You're right. But why? Maybe he's just more recently been the ghostwriter, and like his uncle originally wrote the stories.
Wait, what is this? Hold on, look at this.
For the investigation of the unsolved case of Shen's brother in London 3 years ago. Okay, so his brother was killed in London, and he's been crime boarding it since. You said that Lope's novel was related to the unsolved case on your brother.
Due to the particularity of the location of the crime, Scotland Yard ordered secrecy. Including me, perhaps no more than 5 people have been exposed to the details of the case. Recently,
Are we gonna go to London?
I hope that'd be crazy.
No, it's murders on the Yangtze River.
Yeah.
London's not on the Yangtze River.
Not yet. Recently, I stumbled upon a new detective fiction published in Shanghai News.
Is it The Confined Room Mystery written by Lope?
That is correct. A novelist living in rural Hunan could not possibly have connections to the London case. What was eerie about this matter was...
Shen, could it be that...
The details of the crimes written in Lope's novels are exactly the same as the case.
And now that Lope is dead, we've lost another lead.
Only hope is Lo Si-Wan. Perhaps he'll know of something, but he's still unconscious.
If that's the case, why don't we go wake him up? Oh, go grab some breakfast, Shen. Let me tell you something, Shen. I walked past this food stall earlier. The fermented bean curd they were selling smelled really yummy.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it sounds delicious.
We got him.
That was
another case closed.
That was lovely.
That was. I liked it.
I think I'll save here. That did seem like the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
We'll end it off here, but I like it. It got me thinking, and it went in different ways that I didn't expect.
Yeah, no, that was a great introduction case. The fact that he was dressed up as his uncle snuck up on me.
Yeah, for an in-house translation, not too bad either.
Yeah, there are a couple of lines that don't flow super well, but the fact that they didn't outsource the localization, you're right, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, because you got to worry when you outsource it that the translation team kind of fucks something up, and then that entire case can get changed.
Well, I mean, I think that there should be probably they translate it into English like this, and then they hand it to English editors to make it flow better while still saying the same things. You know?
Yeah.
Not change the details of the case, but make it sound and feel better.
On a scale from Nobody Wants to Die to Tyrion, what does this rank? Let me see.
If Tyrion's are 10, I would say that based off of this case, this is a solid 8.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking like 7 so far, like 6 or 7. There was some like, I guess, well, no, because I didn't feel bad about like predicting how they pulled off the locked room murder, because like it wasn't blatant how they did it, and it was just something I logically came to with it. I put it together, not like.
It's not like we had every piece either. Like I mean, even in like Great Ace Attorney and Cuthbert, like we figure out tiny pieces like that. Like even with the best writing, but we didn't have the whole picture.
Yeah.
I think what disappoints me with the bad games that we've played, like Spirit of Justice and Dual Destinies, it's like, you know, the entire thing happened, except for like maybe one detail that like you could predict once you have enough pieces of information.
Yeah, and I think it also changes based on like if the conversation lingers on a topic too long. It's like, I already know how they did this. Please, can we move on? But it didn't.
The only time that I felt like we've lingered a little bit was on the like, where's the manuscript part?
Yeah.
Because like they had you select the like paper in his hand like 3 separate times.
Yeah. I think it was a little bit weird how like the locked room, like proving how the locked room was fake wasn't like the more of a gotcha. Like I feel like that's kind of just like it's over at that point, right?
Yeah. The second that we prove that he should have known it wasn't a locked room if he was the one touching the door, like that should seal him.
Yeah. I guess technically you could just say that wood chip could have came from anything. Like even there is some plausible deniability still, you know, with that. There is like, I guess specifically, I do not know that specifically came from there. Like I cannot prove that at that moment, but it was a little bit weird. It felt weird. It didn't feel like a natural, like, oh man, we're up against the wall kind of moment. But I'm still walking away from it very positively.
Yeah, I'd still put it at a solid 8.
Yeah.
Because it definitely has a whole lot more pros than it does cons.
Yeah, I like the animation, I like the movement, I like the presentation of it. I think it's very well done. The music is also that's a big plus. You see a lot of times with these sort of games that sometimes the music isn't there. Good music, great music.
Yeah, this feels like somebody made a like Chinese stylized Ace Attorney soundtrack, and that's exactly what this game wants.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I will definitely be streaming this more in the future. And thank you for watching, but this is where we will end it for now.